Alright, it's June 18th, 2026, a day that was unsuspectingly normal to most. And yet, as soon as I walked in this room just now, I saw my lamp flicker badly and I heard my UPS click. So, obviously, today's weather has been horrible. There is a pretty bad windstorm earlier today. I will show you the effects of that. And I'm also going to be taking precaution. Try and plug a USB-A into a USB-C. That's really smart. I can charge my batteries here. I did not make much solar power today because, well, a couple things happened. It doesn't show it here anymore, but my Delta 3 Plus actually, the storm guide tripped earlier today. Obvious why now. And there were clouds for a good portion of the day too. So, yeah, I didn't make much solar power today. And the weather has been abysmal. Right now it's raining pretty badly. And earlier today there was pretty severe wind. I'm surprised that we weren't warned for severe weather, like nothing came up on the weather radios. And this is my new furniture in here. Everything is set up, chair mat for the chair to roll easily, and this is the actual chair. So this here is my desk now. I've got some speakers too, because the monitor doesn't have any built in. And I was just checking what's going on, because I just, happened to look away from where I was sitting at the table and saw it was raining pretty bad out. And a few other things happened. I'm kind of concerned there may be a power outage now, because there was just a really bad flicker. I think the power may have flickered bad enough to reset some things around the house. That is not good. These didn't reset, but some other things did seem to reset. That was actually bad. Thankfully, I have most things surge protected or even backed up in my room. But thing number one that I have of concern here is this. The gutter appears to have a leak. It's not good. I don't know how much closer I can get to it, but that stream of water should not be coming out there, so that is bad. And the pool got completely overturned by the wind earlier today, and that is what it looks like now. So some storm damage has rolled through today. That's not very good. And now I guess I have to be on alert for the power to potentially go out, because it just flickered very badly like a minute before I started recording. So I guess now I should keep rolling just in case it fully goes out, which would be very bad. And while I wait for something else to happen, I guess this would be a good time to talk about how far along things have come this summer with the summer projects I have planned. So, obviously the bedroom has come great lengths since I returned from URI in May. Brookside was great, but I have upped my bedroom to a level where this, I think, is better than Brookside now. I got a desk, a TV stand, all of that. And am in the process of reorganizing things. Hopefully I can get all this stuff organized too. I still have some drawer space I can use, so the hope is I can actually use it. Now, my EcoFlow at least is charged. I have both my EcoFlows pretty well charged, but especially my Delta 3 Plus. So if the power does go out, I actually can run my entire room off of solar power and my EcoFlow, so that is good. Like, this will run my air conditioner just fine. And as for everything down here, I had that power strip was plugged in, but I relocated it now. Like, I had to unplug everything from it because of reasons. You know, the TV stand has a power strip built into it. So, that's no longer being powered off of that power strip, powered off my EcoFlow, and the power strip's plugged into the wall now. In fact, if I get down here, there is how power is being allocated to things. So of course there's my UPS plugged into the bottom side of the outlet. Then I have a splitter, one going to the power strip, another going to my EcoFlow, and the third one is going to the TV stand, which has another power strip to accommodate everything. And I'm trying to keep my chair rested there so I can have this mat flatten out. The mat is so my chair can actually roll properly, since it doesn't do that on the carpet. But yeah, should the power go out, I can reallocate everything except for the lamp to be powered off my EcoFlow. Now, one would say, why not just unplug the entire splitter and plug it into my EcoFlow? Sure, I guess. But the thing is, my EcoFlow is also plugged into the splitter, so I have to unplug that, and then I could plug both the other things that are plugged into the splitter into my EcoFlow. However, I don't know if the TV stand plug is going to be... I don't know, the way I routed it, actually I could just pull it out there and plug it into my EcoFlow. Or what I could do is I could take that power strip, I could plug that into my EcoFlow, I could plug the TV stand into that. Just so I could reach it over there. And there will be no need to do anything with my UPS. Anything that is plugged into the non-battery side, my humidifier, which isn't even running because it's the summer. And this is for my air freshener. So I don't need to battery back that up, because it's really not really an essential thing. If I wanted to keep it going, I could just unplug it from the UPS, put it into my EcoFlow. And a charger for my Baofeng and my 3DS. And then into the battery side, my monitor, so the display doesn't shut down in the event the power flickers. And it just did, and it kept my monitor alive, so that's good news. My clock here, so that it stays powered and will not lose the time if there's a temporary power flicker, like there just was earlier. And of course, my weather radio is also plugged into battery backup now. It has its own internal battery backup, but I figure giving it some extra run for backup time is not such a bad idea. And keeping this powered as long as possible is the goal, so, you know, if the power does go out and there's any more severe weather onsets, this will keep going for longer and will be able to warn me of anything. And then for my air conditioner, I just have that plugged into the wall. But I can unplug it from the wall and plug it into my EcoFlow. And during days where I have a large amount of solar production, I actually do plug it into my EcoFlow so that I can use the power I'm making. I'm obviously not doing that right now because if the power does go out, well, I want to keep it going. And I don't want to use my EcoFlow's power unless I need to, which may happen, you know, depending on how things go. That power flicker was concerning, and hopefully the power doesn't go out, but it may. But that's what's been going on today, and there's your severe weather for the day. I should really see how it's evolving. And I guess what I could do here now that I got my computer set up is I can just pull up the weather.com. Alright, here's my keyboard. So yeah, it's a wireless keyboard and it has some nice effects. It's mechanical too, which is nice. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and go to weather.com. We're gonna see, you know, how bad is it going to be here. Switching locations to see where the new... Yeah. So, I'm just gonna go to my location, and... yeah, what you know it. 8 p.m., 100% chance of thunderstorms? Yikes. Strong storms. This may be bad. And my camera is now complaining that the battery is low too. 100% chance strong storms. Yikes. Alright, change the battery. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the radar, and let's see if that will give us any information. Oh my god. Yeah, that's pretty bad, and this may be the cell that had just moved through here. If I zoom in. Yeah, that's not very good. And if I play this out, yep, another strong cell is expected to move over. And, yeah, this is as small as the intervals will get, so that's unfortunately the best information I'm getting from weather.com. But, nonetheless, another strong cell is expected to move over here, and there's been some substantial wind throughout the day today. Let me go ahead and look at that. So, yeah, right now, obviously, rain. And there's the graph for, it says rain stopping, but it doesn't seem like it will be stopping. That's, yep, there's another cell expected to move over here, and right now it seems something has just moved over, and another one is coming. In general, it's like an entire line. There is like a back cell that appears to be shifting over, and will give us like a double header hit. And the wind's what I wanted to bring up. There's what we had earlier today. Right now, it looks like it's having a second coming of sorts. That might explain the power flicker. And then if I go to earlier today, we had, yeah, pretty strong winds over the course of the day. And that is why the pool is in shambles now. And yeah, there was a pretty strong power flicker that had just happened not too long ago before I started recording. I was walking in here and it flickered. And I am concerned that the power may fully go out. Okay. Oh, and yeah, my solar panel that's outside, the panel itself is going to be fine, but it's being held up by cardboard boxes, and that, I don't think will be faring too well to the rain. And what is that thing crawling on my window? I want it off. I don't know if you can even see it up there. You can kind of see it there. Stupid bugs. Yeah. Somehow my air conditioner did not get reset from that flicker. I mean, it does have a memory save state, but usually, you know, if there is a flicker, if the power does get cut to my air conditioner, it will, you know, shut off. But when it gets powered back up, it will go back to the state that it was previously set to, except for Comfort Sense. I usually have to manually turn that back on. But seeing that Comfort Sense is still on, obviously my air conditioner did not shut down during that flicker, and it was a pretty bad flicker. My light turned off and on. And since it's a smart bulb, usually can filter out pretty small voltage drops, so for it to have flickered, this must have been a big voltage drop. And other things around the house reset too, so this wasn't some small power flicker. Like, sometimes some small ones will happen where my UPS will maybe click for them, but that's about it. My UPS did click too, you know, obviously it would for a voltage drop like that. But this one was actually substantial enough that I saw the light turn off and back on. So, yeah. That's what has me concerned. If it was like a small one, I wouldn't be too concerned, but this was a pretty big one. Oh, and yeah, I guess a progress update besides everything that I've already done may be in order. Yeah, here's the barometer, reading pretty low pressure there, so that should be a telltale sign things are going wrong up in the atmosphere. And obviously, you know, they got all the stuff set up here. There's the chair mat, which, yeah, I have to have it weighed down using my EcoFlows and stuff, because it needs to be flattened out since it was rolled up in the packaging. The TV stand, it has LED strips. Let me go ahead and power them on, just so you can see how it looks. Yeah. It's pretty nice, it's got a good aesthetic to it. And everything is set up by the TV stand. My meter's right there, I don't really have much of a better spot for it right now. And there's my microphone there, which I used when doing the desk assembly. The audio quality is way better with that compared to using the microphone that came with the other camera. So, yeah, that's, if I'm going to be doing long videos from now on, I'm going to be using that microphone for audio. And, obviously there's the desk. The desk setup looks good. This mouse pad is from URI, and I have a bunch of URI keepsakes. Cannot completely leave it in the past, you know. And yeah, a bunch of stuff in the drawers, like put all my tools in this one and all the documents in the one all the way on the right. And there's still stuff that has to be done. The bedroom project isn't even complete yet. Up there is the spot the ceiling fan is going to be going, and it still hasn't been done yet. I'm still waiting on a professional to cut the ceiling open and do the wiring. Even though, you know, I have all the equipment. I've got the box that's going to go up there, which is by, shockingly, the same company that did all the motion sensors and stuff in Brookside. Hubble. Yes, I took apart the motion sensors and stuff while I was in Brookside so I could reconfigure them to my liking. And I found out that Hubble makes all of the stuff there. And I also got a switch. I'm going to need a switch for the fan. So it's going to turn this from a single switch thing into a double switch thing. So the second switch will go right here. Which I may need to take my AC remote off the wall while it's being done, because it looks to be in the way of where the panel is going to be. So that may have to come off the wall temporarily. Thankfully it can, because the way it's mounted is with those command things. So look, there, it's off the wall. See, this is the mounting system I use for the remote. And then if I want to put it back on the wall, I just that is slanted, but I can just push it back in place. Just like that, it's back on the wall. And that just made the temperature it's registering go up. I think it will have done that anyways. It's getting kind of warm in here. But I just wanted to demonstrate how this remote's actually put on the wall, and you know, it can come off the wall when needed, which I think is great. That's why I did it that way. And I definitely have to fix that for the bathroom, because I put a shower light in the bathroom. This is the same shower light that I had in the Brookside bathroom. And yeah, I gotta do this for that remote too, because that remote's not mounted to the wall properly. But yeah, still waiting on this to be done, which I am ready for the ceiling fan installation to take place now. I may need to fix a few things about the area where it's going here, like, I hate this ceiling. Not only that the ceiling is low, but also it's got this sort of design to it, so there are some things I may need to change about the area up there in order for the ceiling fan installation to be completed. Like, I may need to take down that star, and I definitely will have to do some, trimming of this ceiling design in order for everything to be done. And then, of course, in the bathroom, like I had mentioned, here's the new shower light. I'm a genius. And this remote's just got tape for the wall right now, and I have to fix that. But, yeah, finally a shower light. But of course, other things need to be done in here, like look, the moisture level is very high. So this bathroom needs more stuff, like it needs a vent fan, tiled walls, etc. I'm going to be putting together image plans for all the rest of the rooms that we may or may not eventually get around to doing. And some small, tangible, for the time being, upgrades have already been made, like the shower light. And of course, the living room ceiling fan that also somehow didn't reset from that power blink. So I think if I were to turn the light on, it should still be on the same setting I had it to, in theory. I'm not entirely sure. Also not going to test the theory, the light is insanely bright. And nothing in here got reset either. There is a surge protection strip on the floor down there, if you can see that green light. But that was a very concerning power flicker that we had. And remains to be seen if it will end up happening again. I guess we'll see. And oh, I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Like, if I can get a closer up view of that. Yeah, there's a power pole out there that's surrounded by trees that I can see from here. I don't know if that has anything to do with the electricity coming to this house or not, but that's definitely something of note. And I am going to watch to see if anything happens with the electricity again. Speaking of that, another note that I wanted to throw in here is this bedroom is wired in a very strange way. This is actually a 240 volt bedroom, believe it or not. The partial power outage happened in 2021 and gave me a lot of insight as to what stuff is on what phase in this house, because what happened is one phase dropped out. As of course, North American homes, they all have two phases running to the home so that you can get a proper 240 for high power appliances. And so, something that I just had in my memory from that time is not everything in the bedroom here seemed dead, but I was still able to turn this on through the wall switch there. And so, that made me go, something is strange about this here. And that thought resurfaced since I am planning to have electrical work done for the ceiling fan to be installed in here, the Harbor Breeze Mayfield that I picked up like 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. and we still haven't gotten around to actually getting it up in this room. And the room is ready for it now. The furniture's been moved in, everything is set to go, and I'm probably going to be doing a bit more organizing, but in general everything's good to go for that. And as I was thinking about the work that has to be done, because I had to figure out what circuit is the right circuit for this bedroom, that thought from 2021 resurfaced about the lamp here still working when one phase was dropped out, and it seemed like this bedroom is on that phase that dropped out. So I stretched a cord over from that end of the room, the one that plugs into my EcoFlow, and opened up this switch cover, and sure enough, what I saw was that this bedroom actually has both phases running to it. All of the outlets around the room, that outlet there, and an outlet that is behind my bed right there, those are all on one phase. And then this switch, which controls an outlet back there, that my lamp is plugged into, a switched outlet, that outlet and the switch are on a different circuit on the other phase. When I probed across those, and I've got images of that. Oh, look at that. Emergency charging is on. Severe weather is expected in 12 hours. Look at that. There you go. There you have it. Storm guard tripped again. In any case, we're going to go to images here. I probed across the 2 points, and sure enough, this is what my meter showed me. 240 volts. That means that this bedroom has 2 phases running to it. I don't know why that is, because that design is usually only reserved for kitchens and very large rooms in the house, or for any 240 volt outlets. Yet for some reason, this bedroom has 2 phases. And as to why it's this bedroom and not the larger one that's on the other end of the house, I have no idea. And that is just one of the weirdest things I have discovered about this house and its electrical anomalies, should I call it. Along with an outlet that is apparently switched in the kitchen and connected to a dimmer switch, which is very, very bad design. That, I think, should be fixed. But I'm not going to be doing anything about that. The main goal is the ceiling fan goes up there. So that's why, you know, I wanted to go through and see what circuit needs to be turned off for that to happen. And it's going to get complicated because this bedroom is split phase. So that means there's actually 2 circuits for this bedroom. And the circuit that needs to be turned off is the one that the switch is on, because there's going to be a second switch going right next to it that's going to be going up to where the fan is. You know, there's going to be an electrical box put in the ceiling, and then the fan's going to be connected to that electrical box. So the electrical box needs to be connected to a second switch that's going to be going right next to the original switch that's still right there. And I noticed there's a lighting circuit in the panel next to 2 bedroom circuits. So first things first, which one is my bedroom? And the next one is which circuit is the right one? There's 2 of them that go to this bedroom. That's going to be an interesting problem to figure out, and yeah, well, I guess it's deeper than we need to be going right now, but severe weather happening, and I guess we'll see if the power goes out. If not, then that's going to be it, but if it does go out, then you'll be seeing that in just a few seconds.